afterwards. Alright, so to do that, what we need to do is open up our graph editor. Let's select our vehicle, hit the up arrow. I got the group selected. Alright, view, frame all. Alright, there's our curve for our vehicle traveling along the curve. So between those 2 points, we don't, or at least a certain, let's see, how do we want to do this? We want to make this value go down. So I'm going to select this, switch my move tool, and here's what I'm going to do. And actually I don't have to do that. I can just look at this value here. Our U value is 414. I'm going to switch this to 414. Whoops. 0.414. Alright. Now if we play this animation, if you watch our vehicle, it comes to a stop and then it speeds back up. Because from frame 72 to frame 164, there's no change in our U value. There's no change in the distance we've traveled on our curve. Alright, so now let's do the same thing to our wheels. So I'm going to select, actually we can probably just go in here and select our wheel. There's our wheel front, view, frame all. Okay, there's our wheel animation. So we're going to do the same thing. And let's select the second one. Since we selected the second keyframe for our vehicle, we're going to select the second keyframe here for our wheels. Alright, this first one has a value of, wow, I'm not going to remember that, so I'm just going to Control C and then Control V and paste. Alright, so that's straight across. So now our wheels should follow our vehicle. Let's test it out and see. Wheels turning, slows down, stops, and speeds back up. Alright, now we can smooth the animation out more by, of course, going in here, selecting our keyframe, selecting the handle, pulling that. I'm just lining it up straight. Do the same thing with this side. Just lining it up straight. Let's switch to our, oh, that was our vehicle. No, that was our wheel. Let's go to our vehicle now. View, frame all. We're gonna do the same thing. Select our handle, straighten that out. Select this handle, whoops, handle, and straighten that out. What that does is just make it a nice rounded curve right there. Alright, we don't need that anymore. We should have a nice animation, and I'm going to go into my, or actually I'm just going to go to display, show last hidden, and let's see what happens. Slows down, got a character walks out, and now our vehicle carries on. So let's kind of zoom in here. Because our vehicle slows down, stops, our little person walks out, and our vehicle carries on. And that's it. That's all there is to it. It's really not a whole lot to it. It's just getting those keyframes in and then just adjusting them in the graph editor. Now the more you use that graph editor, the more those curves will make sense to you. You'll be able to look at the curve and you can tell what your animation is going to look like just by looking at the curves. Alright, there's one more thing that I forgot that I meant to mention. So I kind of reset this a little bit, or not reset it, all I did was vehicles back at the beginning. The only thing that's animated is this front wheel. Our back wheel is not animated, so I just wanted to show you how you can transfer the animation on the front wheel to the back wheel, which is very simple, very easy to do. So we're just going to open up our graph editor back up. So Windows, animation editors, graph editors. Okay, I've got my front wheel selected. Go to View, Frame All, or you do Frame Selected, and it should work. All right, front wheel selected, frame selected. All right, there's our front wheel. All I'm going to do is I'm going to select all those keyframes. I'll just marquee right around those to select them all, and then go up to Edit, Copy. Now select the back wheel, then go up to Edit and Paste. Right there. You click on it, it adds that curve. So now if we look at our animation, both wheels will be spinning. There we go. So you can copy and transfer or copy and paste keyframes. And that officially concludes this tutorial. Thanks for watching.